Automations work by sending the right email to the right people at the right time. So they can either be single emails, so things like a welcome email, or they can be a series of emails, which is also called a drip campaign, like a sales funnel. Let's get a bit more understanding about automations. An automation is simply an email that automatically or automagically sends to subscribers when something happens. So a great and simple example of an automation is a welcome email that you get when you join somebody's newsletter, or one that you've got running for your own newsletter. So why should we use automations? What's the point? Well, unlike campaigns, automations go out specifically when a subscriber needs or wants them, or when something specific happens. They can continually use the same material over and over because it's new to the subscriber who's getting those emails. They can provide great evergreen funnels for paid products. I know every single one of my paid products uses an automation sequence. And automations produce 18 times more revenue on average, which is a lot of revenue. So let's look at a few examples of automations. So an automation can happen when a new subscriber signs up for your list. So a welcome email. It can send an automation post-purchase. If somebody buys something from you, then maybe they can get an automation. You received an automation if you bought Chimp Essentials from me, saying thank you for buying the course, and then a series of emails to help you get through the lessons. An email automation sequence can be an educational course. Maybe it's a free course that you have that just sends an email every day or every week that teaches somebody something. It can be file or access delivery, post-purchase, or even post-freebie or bonus sign-up. You can trigger an automation when somebody signs up for a webinar or an event, or even does something like I just mentioned, like a content upgrade. So let's look at a few examples of triggers. So triggers are the thing that has to happen before the automation sends. So it could trigger an automation for a list sign up or an import. That would be the welcome email. It could be a product purchase that triggers an automation. It could be if somebody did not open a campaign. A trigger of an automation could happen when a merge tag or a tag or a group changes. So if they join or leave a group, you can trigger an automation. So there are two types of automations: single step and multi-step. So automations can be single emails or a series of emails all chained together into a multi-step sequence. So single step works on all Mailchimp account types, and multi-step works on premium and standard account types. So the most powerful thing that I think exists for automations is your ability to segment people out of a sequence. So for example, if you have a sales funnel and somebody buys halfway through that sales funnel, then you can stop sending them more pitch emails. You don't want to pitch people who have already bought saying, buy my product. They just did. So you can segment people out. And there's a lesson on that in this course. So automations obviously are only really as good as the content in them. So like everything else, test some more, see what's working, see what's not, based on open rates, click rates, purchases, and unsubscribes. So always be testing, always be iterating your automations. So what can we do? Well, think about what could benefit your list with specific automations that you could send them when something happens, when something is triggered. So you can create an automation and or a sequence, and then you can test it out yourself, use your own email to try it out before you turn it on for the rest of your audience. So that's automations. I'm going to walk you through how to create specific ones in the coming lessons, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching.